Hi, it's your girl Eva's Actually, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, welcome to my new series, The Blue Fork, where I discuss how our food decisions can either be fatal or it is easier to stay where we are rather than progress. However, what good is there to us prolonging our best self, right? My goal with this series is to encourage those who may be struggling with food decisions, weight loss, weight gain, and just everywhere in between. I really want to create this series to discuss how our food decisions can affect our daily lives. It can either be fuel for us working out and exercising, fuel for us to get better, fuel for us to heal and recover, and sometimes how those food decisions can be fatal. I am in no way, shape, or form in this video shaming anyone, shaming others, or having anyone feel shameful about the decisions that they make. I'll be first to admit, first and foremost, I do sometimes overeat. Okay, now with my braces, I can't really eat and get down how I want to, but it's like a Big Mac built into this body, okay? I enjoy food. I went to culinary school so I can learn how to make good food and make it better for other people. I really love eating food and enjoying different foods from around the world, in addition to like just different flavors, different cuisines. I don't know, it does something to me, right? Eating can sometimes fill an emotional void that I feel like I need. There have been times where I've overeaten, whether it feel like I've been binging or at times when it's just like, oh, the flavor's just too good, I cannot stop. A lot of that can be fueled by different reasons. Some of us were raised in households where throwing away our food wasn't an option. Some of us, like myself, don't like leftovers, and so I try to eat as much of what I really am enjoying so that I don't have to throw it away because I know I'm not going to want to heat it up. And some of us, we may be overeating because it's just a habit that we form. In this video specifically, I really want to just talk about different steps that we can make to have better choices in the long. Number one, do not overload with change. Be realistic. I went to school for culinary, specifically culinary nutrition. Now, my concentration was in food science, but I was really gravitated more to the dietetics. I'll get into the details of why I didn't do dietetics in another video, but right now specifically, I really just want to talk about how what I learned in class and how who I am really kind of shapes me as a unofficial nutritionist. Right out of school, I really had a passion for wanting to connect and help others with their diets, right? I really wanted to make a change in people's lives because I saw my aunt dying from cancer, and it made me really passionate about nutrition. What other options are out there other than just taking medication and going to the doctor? What other options are there out there that don't define us by limiting us to this medication to fix this one problem? How can our daily lives help to progress us to getting better and to healing over time? Now, I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm not a medical professional, and I'm not disputing the importance of having doctors and practitioners in your life. What I am doing though is I want to highlight the importance of how our daily decisions can affect us in the long run to help give us a more enjoyable life. When I say don't overload and to be realistic, I am genuinely just saying take it one step at a time. For me specifically, again, I'm putting myself out there, judge me if you will. I used to eat chips for breakfast with egg. Oh, a moment of silence. Some of you are probably thinking eggs with chips, but for me, the flavor of eggs, I have never been able to really get with. I do not like the taste of eggs. And so having chips there as a flavor balance, that saltiness from the chips and the crunch has been able to help me eat more eggs because of the flavor and the texture. Well, I came to the realization that eating chips for breakfast or just chips in general isn't my best choice. Instead, as an option, I've altered for pickled jalapenos, pickled okra, just any type of pickled veg. It helps to cut the flavor of the egg by giving me just a little bit of acidity in my mouth. And that brings me to my next point. We don't want to overload with restriction. We really just want to ease into change. Me making that one change for breakfast has really affected the way that I looked at my meals altogether. There have been mornings where I've made shrimp burgers with green beans. I've had peanut sauce fried eggs with spinach. And sometimes, honestly, I'm just good with a bowl of oatmeal and maybe just some cottage cheese. Me not overthinking and making it simple has helped me to make these simple changes that have affected me over time. Sometimes the smallest actions, like not eating chips for breakfast, can have the biggest results. I just want to remind everyone out there that creating new habits, it does take time. Being intentional about what we put in our mouths is something that a lot of us have to stop and think about. Ever since I've had braces, which has been about a little over 2 weeks now, I have really had to slow myself down with eating. I have to be mindful of what I'm chewing and how I'm chewing it, where I'm chewing it, and then I also am thinking about in the back of my head how it feels. I know that that's just a specific situation, an issue that I'm facing, but I just wanted to point out as an example that we all have things that we're struggling with, whether it be overeating, whether it being eating too fast, whether it being eating too much, eating too little. Sometimes introducing those little things into our daily dietary habits can offer a big solution. I know some of you are probably like, this video is so random. Why did you even create? Why is this series necessary? And why are you taking this avenue? I really want to encourage others to make change, even if it's small, for them to see the changes in themselves and to get to the journey of them being their best self. Along the way, I want to be able to provide some educational pieces on how our food can either be fuel and how in some situations it can be fatal. And I also want us to start talking about some realistic changes that we can make along the way in order for us to reach our best self. If you like this video, or even if you're just interested in what's going to be in my next video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when I post my next video. Thank you guys for watching. And again, this is your girl Avis Actually. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!